And so, as you can see, our teams are keen tonight. In fact, both teams have advanced through the quarterfinals to tonight's semifinal to get to this game. And so, it's going to be an emotional affair for everybody involved. Yeah, we got to get you guys to come in nice and close for the camera there, so you don't have to stand at the far end too much. It works out pretty well. We're all friends here in the long run. But it is something that a lot of pressure is involved too, because the winners of this tournament, again, this is the first semi-final, the winners get personal trophy bongs. This is the 9th year that we'll be giving out the trophy bongs, which are highly prized items. And in fact, Jay is the only one playing tonight who's won one of these coveted bongs. Carly's the only other one who's advanced to a semi-final game with a bong in hand. So again, oh wait, John's got a bong too. Uh-oh. I can't discount bongs. So we have a bong-heavy team. We got a 2-bong team over here. So a couple of veterans here on the Harry Anslingers playing the Up and Smoke crew. And so again, next week's the second semi-final. Then we're going to hopefully have a week that we'll play with the first 8 contestants, and you guys will get a week to play. And then the week after that, the first week in July, we'll be playing the final game, hopefully weather permitted, of Reach for the Pot. And we give out the trophy bongs the first Wednesday in September. This year will be the 18th anniversary of Hempology 101. And first Wednesday of September is when we start at City Hall. We march just after 7 o'clock to the Parliament buildings. We take a picture, we make it into a postcard, and we give out our bongs and prizes. We also, after the tournament's over, we have our contest for the best pipe, the best bong, the best t-shirt, the best joint rolling contest, and we have that again, I think it's like July 10th. The dates are in our newspaper, the Cannabis Digest, if you want to see what's happening in the future. We do a lot of stuff here in Victoria, and this is just a small part of it, but a very, very fun part of it. And so, yeah, like I say, I got the questions ready for tonight's game. Everybody's played it that's here, but not everybody's seen it. So here's the rules, real quick and dirty. There's 10 chances to get points. 8 of them are trivia questions, where I'm going to ask a question. If they clap, that means they have to give up an answer right away. If they get it right, they get 20 points. If they don't get it right, the other team gets a guess for 20 points. If nobody gets that, then I give out some hints. It's worth 10 points at that point. And if nobody gets the 10 points, we do multiple choice, and it's worth 5. Everything else, I make it up as we go along. But that's pretty much how the basic part of the game works. And so here we go. Like I say, there's lots of stuff we do with Hempology 101. And damn it, I keep forgetting to bring a poster, but they should be around town for Cannabis Day. We've celebrated Cannabis Day here in Victoria with, even before Hempology was around. I think they were doing it on Cannabis Day. They're actually coming here to Beacon Hill Park. And a couple of years ago, after the sort of infamous naked hippie story that I'm not going to tell tonight because we're on camera, but after the naked hippie incident, things changed, and we ended up moving from Beacon Hill to the courthouse, where now we have 4:20 on Canada Day, right in the middle of the afternoon, right in the front steps. We hotbox the courthouse by putting curtains on either side of the steps on the front, and we play the game show, Reach for the Pot, as well, because it's the middle of the summer and we have the chance to sit there and smoke pot for the afternoon. So it's a tradition that we've had for a number of years now. And one of the other fun parts of Canada Day is that's one of the events that Herb comes out, our mascot. We have with Hempology a great big, when I wear them, I think I'm close to 12 foot tall, 8 foot wide pot leaf costume that we've called Herb. And so tonight's first question is, how old will Herb be on this Canada Day, on this Cannabis Day? He was brought out on Cannabis Day. Some of you may have been there and have this vague memory of it, but that was a clap. That was a clap. What do you think? How old do you think he is? 14 years old. Wow. You've been eating cookies today? Oh, you guys may have a better shot at this than you thought. So it's not 14. I can't give out any hints other than Jay's really stoned. Maybe that's a hint. It's probably not 13. But it's not 14. What do you think? 6. Were you clapping too? Did someone clap? 6. 6. No, it's not 6. But you're certainly closer than these guys are. It's something that I'm not even sure exactly when we made the switch from Beacon Hill to the courthouse. That was a clap again? Okay, cool. What do you think? 8. No, it's not 8. Oh, I better do a better job marking these down. I'm saying dead on. Like, how old is Herb? This is the semi-final for the bongs, guys. Like, there's no mercy here. So it's not 6, 8, or 14. How old is our Herb? 7. No, he's not 7. So the way multiple choice works is either I'll give you 4 options, and I'll repeat them twice, but you guys got to pick which one of these 4 options it is. Is Herb 4, 5, 9, or 10 years old? How old is Herb, our great big 12-foot tall pot leaf mascot? 4, 5, 9, or 10? So spit it out, guys. They got their answer. Give me yours. What do you think? No, it's not 10. But the Hairy Anslingers are on the board, and it's 5 years old. Herb is 5 years old now. It cost us about $1,000, but he's certainly more than worth it. Yeah, I forgot to mention, I also run in Herb. I do marathons, 10K marathons in Herb, which is a hell of a lot of fun. And anyway, 5 years old he is now, and kind of got some wear and tear for it, but he's a lot of fun to take out. And again, Herb will be out on Cannabis Day. So the other work that we do, or I've done in Victoria here, aside from Hempology, in a way the last 17 years, the main body of my work has actually been with the Victoria Cannabis Buyers Club. It's now the oldest medical dispensary in the world. We have about 4,500 patients, and just yesterday we were actually mentioned on the front page of the Times Columnist. In fact, Ron is quoted extensively in the article as well, talking about not just the services that we provide, but also the changes coming up with Health Canada. Because right now, Health Canada has a bunch of rules in place. Most of it's bullshit, honestly. But still, there's a way for patients to grow their own medicine right now, or have someone grow their own for them. And there's still lots of problems with it, but it's better than nothing. And a lot of patients have been growing their own and doing very well medically for themselves because of it. And Health Canada is taking all that away. Health Canada is going to force them to go to commercial operations, not dispensaries like ours, but mail-order businesses that they'll have no face-to-face contact with, and otherwise they'll be getting very stale cookies and the like. But there's a lot of problems with the new regulations, and that's what the article is about. But there's also some stats in there, so I couldn't help but take from that to see if Ron could remember all the stuff that's in the article that in fact he's in. So no pressure or anything on you in particular, Ron, but really it's a lot of pressure on you. Let's see how you do.
No pressure.
What percentage, and let's say within 3%, what percentage of the 30,000 patients with licenses to possess cannabis right now have a license to grow their own? What is it? Oh no, that's not a number, Ron. What percentage? Is this on camera? 30. No, I'm afraid it's not 30. It's not 30. So I wish the camera angle was a little better on that one, but that was great. You don't have to apologize to me. Apologize to your team, buddy. Alrighty, were you clapping? You look really close. Okay, what do you think? 45. No, it's more than 45. It's a surprising amount, actually. What? No, I said within 3%. So it's certainly over 48%. What are you saying, John? Pardon? No, I said it was over 48%. So you must not have. I'll just discount that. Like you just didn't hear what I was saying, okay?
That's your answer.
I bucked out on that
according to this article, a certain percentage of the people, of the 30,000 that have licenses, a certain percentage of them have a license to grow their own pot of that 30,000. Right? And they name the statistic in the paper. So I'm not. You guys still have your second 10 point because I don't think John even understood what I was saying before. So I'll discount that, and you guys get a guess here. What do you think? 65%. No, it's not 65%. So are you guys gonna clap and guess again here? 60. No, it's not 60 either. And so maybe next time you're on the front page you'll read what other people say. I know I have the habit of just reading my quotes, but it's all good. It's all good. Is it 50%, 70%, 80%, or 90% of the people with licenses to possess cannabis have actually licenses to grow it for themselves as well? How many of the people, again, it's 30,000 patients, so we're talking, again, a minimum 15,000 licenses to grow cannabis personally around Canada. But is it 50%, 70%, 80%, or 90% of them grow their own as well?
70.
Okay, what are you guys thinking over here? 90 over here, 80 over here. No, it's 70. 70%. Really a high number, and one I wouldn't have pulled out on an average game, but when I got a contestant that was in the game and I can rub it in, I don't know, that was too much fun. So nobody got any points, but man, I had a lot of fun with that one there. So you guys still got the lead though. So you still got the lead. 5-point lead, but it's a lead. So I mentioned I got a newspaper. This current issue here of the Cannabis Digest, you've still got like 3 days to color the front cover and win prizes. Saturday is the last day, the 15th. You can take a picture and send it in to me. Give out like a book and a t-shirt, and we may even have some seeds coming for prizes for it too. But you can also read the newspaper for information for the game show here. Although I figured, because again it's a semi-final, just taking stuff from the current paper is almost too easy. So I went back, well, just one. But this issue here that came out this winter has an article on hemp paper. In fact, I mentioned my textbook. I really wish I could have printed my Hempology 101 textbook on hemp paper, but I couldn't do it. It's just way too expensive. In fact, the paper to print a book like this isn't really even available on the market right now. But in the past, the first 3 issues, this is the 3rd edition, the first 3 were printed on, that's what I'm saying, the first 3 editions were printed on hemp paper. I got 100 printed of each one. I punched holes in the side, took hemp twine and actually bound my own binding. And Hope has one in her chest at home.
Personally signed.
Yeah. Let's hope Ron read it tonight because there's questions coming. No, I'm kidding. Well, maybe. But anyway, the first 3, like I say, were all handmade by me. And I bought the paper at a company that's mentioned in the article on hemp paper in here. And that is EcoSource paper. For 20 fat points, in what Western Canadian city was EcoSource paper based out of? Did any of you guys read this story on paper? I'm sure you did at one point. What are you guys thinking? Edmonton. No, it's not Edmonton. So, not a bad guess, but not the right one. So, 25 points here. Which Western Canadian city did EcoSource paper? The company's not around anymore. So that's very unfortunate. The gist of the story is how difficult it is to get hemp paper at a decent price. It all has to come from China. We're not making hemp paper here. It's a travesty that we're basically cutting down our trees and sending them to China, and they're making products and sending them back here. But we're cutting down old forest trees here in Canada and turning them into paper, and it's a tragedy. We should be using our wood for other products here, furniture and other things. We shouldn't be shipping raw logs away. And we certainly could be making hemp paper here, but we don't have the equipment in Canada to do it yet. It's 25 points, and I'm not waiting anymore. What Western Canada city that looks like a top coming on? Okay, where do you think, James? No, it's not Saskatoon.
I don't know if that's necessarily as Western as it should be, but...
And I'll even say, I said Western Canada because I like tricking people. I did drive to get the paper. It's not that far away that I couldn't go and get the paper myself. Where do you think? Vancouver? No, it's not Vancouver. So, yeah, I know. Do you guys know EcoSource paper? I know you're guessing, but spit something out. Come on.
Stay on the island.
Okay. Kelowna. No, it's not Kelowna. So here's your guesses, guys. Victoria, Nanaimo, Grand Forks, or Nelson? Which one of these cities did EcoSource paper start in? Victoria, Nanaimo, Grand Forks, or Nelson? What are you saying? What are you guys saying over here? Nanaimo over here, Grand Forks over here. I love tricking people. She's just over in Victoria here. Yeah, I guess you guys didn't read the newspaper, but it's all good. I guess maybe I've made the questions a little tough tonight, folks, because we only got 5 points on the table, but we do have some leaders. We do have a leader, so let's see. Oh wait, the next question is about my book. Look at that.
Oh, no.
So here it is for another 25 points. In what country historically was known as the land of mulberry and hemp? I love talking about ancient history. It's one of my favorite things. Let's see if John remembers it. Where do you think? It is China. There it is. As you said, it can't be anything but else. But there it is, 25 points. China has had a lot of hemp grown there historically. Again, that's where our paper comes from. That's probably where my pants and my cloth for my shirt has come from. Most hemp products, at least fiber, are coming from China, unfortunately, these days. But we will be making more here in Canada, I swear. So the Up in Smoke has got their work cut out for them, but we've seen some incredible comebacks in this game. So these guys shouldn't be worried at all. And we'll see if... oh, I forgot my prop for my next one, but I know the answer to it. Although I have a really hard time pronouncing this guy's name. So tonight's next question is our sort of our career question. I'm going to ask what career this individual has, and I have to state that writer isn't acceptable. Everybody in the movement's mostly a writer. You have to say either a author or journalist if you're going to use that answer. But what career does Dan Bohan have? He's an author. Yes, he is. He's got a book. Was it Garden of Peace? I think it is a grow book that we sell in our store. That he came and he did a video. If you guys want to learn how to grow pot cheap and easy, Dan is the man. He's got some really simple light systems where it's pretty much like growing tomatoes. And it's very inexpensive the way that he grows, and using the fertilizers and lights that essentially you use to grow pretty much any plant. And he's figured out how to do it really well by triggering the plant to grow faster and better. And he's a joy to listen to. It's a really great video, and $20. The book's pretty good, and 20 points. These guys are on the board. So Up in Smoke, again, just 5 points behind the Hairy Anslingers. And it's time for our smoking contest, everybody. So let's get down to it here.
Let's just go for
Wow.
Okay, so the smoking contest is pretty self-explanatory. Each team is getting a gram of pot, and the first team to roll it and smoke it gets 10 points. So keep it in the jar. I think you guys should know that by now. Don't open up the jar until the magic word has been said. And yeah, I got a couple of judges to help make sure that it's all done fairly. And away we go. So tonight's smoking contests start. Oh, wait. No, leave the lid on. Is it on tight? Okay. I gotta have these judges watching this stuff too. Yeah. So, really? Oh, the magic word accidentally came out. Sorry.
I'm like a 2 to
Let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, go! Okay. That was a fair start. These guys are like racehorses at the line, you know what I'm saying? They're just chomping at the bit. And yeah, it's a pretty tight game. It's 25 points for the Hairy Anslingers and 20 points for Up in Smoke. So the 10 points here mean a lot to both teams. And so it's neck and neck. Actually, I should take a picture for Facebook. I forget to do that all the time.
Is it cheating if they use a grinder?
No pressure, Jay. No pressure.
No, you're allowed as long as you both have one. What did you share?
Okay, so the first joint has been lit, and the Hairy Anslingers are taking their 5-point lead for granted. They're going for it. Their second joint is lit. So I remember last time I put some pressure on James, and I kind of made him choke. So see, I waited till you were done. I think that was fair, but you guys are a little bit behind here. The Hairy Anslingers are just not taking anything for granted. I think here they're just going for it. And again, if you want to watch the old videos, the last quarterfinals and a lot of other stuff is up on our YouTube channel. You can see conventions and lectures that we've done and all sorts of things. We got a really cool video of our trip to Jamaica that we did, and all sorts of other interesting stuff we get up on our YouTube channel and that. But yeah, these guys. Oh, and I didn't say to wait or anything, so just smoke them as fast as you can in the pipes. I didn't say you had to wait. So no holds barred, and there they go. The Hairy Anslingers have got it in the pipe, and what a massive pipe it is. And so the size of that bowl is going to really help, I think, with the disappearing of it. But Up in Smoke doesn't seem far behind. Oh, they only got one in the pipe. Oh, sorry, I thought that was both roaches. They only got the one pipe. I think Ron might have hurt himself a little bit there, but there they go. The Hairy Anslingers just rocking it.
Remember what you said, James?
Oh no.
Wrong.
Power. Oh, you okay,
These guys
Jay?
take this too
Woo, way to go!
seriously
Man.
sometimes. I don't know.
Oh yeah, those guys are
Don't use my book again. I didn't notice that, you crazy buggers. I'm trying to sell these things for $20. Okay, baby, I just sold a book. Right on. That'll be the third one today. I haven't sold 3 books in a day in a long time. Awesome. Okay, so there they go. The Hairy Anslingers picking up another 10 points. It's a 15-point lead, but the next 10 points will really throw it one way or another. So here, you guys get that, and then use the other side, please. So you get that, here I'll get you a pen. So the next question is, here, you can use a clipboard. Okay, so we also throw what we call another challenge question for 10 points at the contestants. And that is a list where I ask the contestants to write a list of something. And so tonight's list is going to be of the dispensaries listed in the back of the newspaper, the Cannabis Digest. One of the things that we do for patients in our newspaper is list dispensaries across Canada in there. You will lose a mark for every incorrect club. So if you just try to make up clubs or come up with some wacky name and say, oh yeah, it's the one on Hastings, it's like not going to work. So, and there's so many. There's like, 15, there's probably 25 clubs in Vancouver now. What am I saying? There's probably 15 in Toronto. The numbers are really astronomical in some sense compared to the past. We don't list them all in the newspaper though. We try to vet them, make sure they've got, fairly good requirements to join, and that they're real legitimate sort of compassion clubs in some ways. We've got a tendency of clubs to portray themselves as dispensaries, but really they're more what we would call harm reduction clubs, which help people that consider all use of cannabis as medicine or most use of cannabis as medicine. So there's some clubs that proof of nightmares or literally any medical condition at all that you can come in with, they're going to sell you cannabis to. We don't list those kinds of organizations in our list of dispensaries. Our dispensary list is really for more people in sort of chronic pain or that are in more serious medical need. And so, although the line is getting blurred, our club requires a permanent physical disability or disease. And so proof of that, you can join the Cannabis Buyers Club. Now a lot of clubs in Vancouver and some in Toronto and elsewhere are opening up with mandates that, again, proof of mental health issue or just about anything will get you in. And in other cases, there's clubs where, again, you just have to claim to have a medical problem and you can get served. Now that's awesome, but unfortunately the courts and the charter haven't protected organizations that have pushed it too far. And even clubs like ours have had challenge confirming our legitimacy. But we've had some success recently in court, not just with our club. Just last week there's 2 court cases or maybe 2 weeks ago, where Randy Kane, who ran a dispensary in Langley in the Lower Mainland, got an absolute discharge after getting arrested for running his dispensary because he could prove that the city was fully aware of the dispensary and trying to help him get a license and work with him in different ways. And just up island, our friend Uri Jakob, who I saw again today, he got a 6-month conditional discharge after getting busted twice up in Courtenay, working out of a house. He didn't even have a storefront, but he was running a dispensary in Courtenay and got busted a couple times, and in the end got no more than a 6-month conditional discharge for that. And so the courts are being quite merciful towards individuals that are running these dispensaries, which has been a good thing. But there are quite a few cases still working their way through, and because there are so many clubs, it seems like every once in a while somebody's getting busted. So the case law is still being fought out. But with our court case, we've last year just proved that the federal government's programs were unconstitutional because they didn't allow patients to make their own extracts. That is like butters or hash or really anything out of the plant material, nor their caregivers. And so we've proven the government and their programs are inadequate and do not meet the needs of patients. And the government's appealed that decision. We go October 17th before the Court of Appeal in Vancouver. We're really looking forward to that, actually. and I expect a lot of dispensaries to be there. I'm actually going to see a lot of dispensaries next Thursday. There's going to be a meeting of them in Vancouver. So the day after the semi-final next week, I'm going to be in Vancouver meeting with dispensaries, and I'll be writing a report about that in the newspaper. But I think that's it, guys. Cough it up. Let's see how you did. Oh, you're taking that home.
Go.
Let's see how you guys did.
Good and proud.
So I'll start off with our leaders here. They got a pretty short list. The Toronto Vapor Lounge is not a medical dispensary. They're a vapor lounge, so you get to go smoke pot in there, which is pretty cool. But no, you're already in the negatives, so it's not looking good because you only got like 2 more. One of them's us, and one of them's Eden in Vancouver.
Oh no.
And yeah, Eden's in the newest digest. They just got in. So, but it's all good because I think you guys got a pretty good list over here. You got Macros in Edmonton, the Buyers Club here, the dispensary in Vancouver that Dana Larson runs, or started up anyway. The Vix, the other club here in town. You got BC Botanicals here, Nature Botanicals. Actually, they're not in the list, so there's a negative. But the Green Cross in Vancouver is, and the Healing Tree is too. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positive, 1 negative. So you got 5 there. So that negates the 10 points you guys got earlier, and you're back to a 5-point lead here with the Harry Anslingers with 35, sorry, and Up in Smoke with 30. So yeah, you guys didn't take the lead. No, they were up 15, but you certainly got back in the game there. And it's a 5-point game with 3 questions left. So no pressure here, anyone, but the pressure is mounting. So here it is, the music question. I'd like to ask a quote from a song, some cannabis themed song normally, and I ask if you can identify either the musician or the song itself. So here it is, for 20 points. What cannabis song says, if he says he swam to China... Whoa!
Reefer Man.
Reefer Man! Wow, there it is! Cab Power. The first thing, that's what your alarm goes off to, right? Reefer Man?
This is when I walk to work.
Well,
5 songs with dope and depravity.
Well, it worked for you today, and hope some of you guys Google that too. But there it is. Wow, that's a 25-point lead, guys. So you got to get points on the last 2 questions here, one way or another, to stay in the game. And so tonight's next question is out of the newspaper again. Gee, it's just so handy having a newspaper. There's lots of stuff in there. And there's an article our lawyer wrote, Kirk Tusaw, about mandatory minimum sentences. And so it's something that talks about how the federal government's come up with mandatory minimums for growing and selling cannabis, and how that relates to medical dispensaries. And there's a lot of people that are opposed to what's happening. And one of the groups that Kirk writes about in the article, and I don't have the name of it here right now, I could find it though, but there's a group of lawyers fighting these mandatory minimums. In what province are the lawyers publicly fighting Stephen Harper's mandatory minimum sentences? In what province are their lawyers working together publicly? What do you think? No, it's not BC. You'd think BC would be, though. The BC Civil Liberties Association is usually on the ball. Like these medical regulations that just got announced again the other day, they've come out with statements about how patients are being thrown under the bus. The BC Civil Liberties Association and other lawyers out here are normally on top of it, but they're not the ones that Kirk mentions in here. Where do you guys think? I heard clapping. Are you guys taking it? You were clapping. Was that not clapping?
Yeah.
That was clapping.
Yeah.
Okay. No, these guys, what? Ontario. No, it's not Ontario. Oh, geez, no hints here. Where do you think?
That was a definite.
Alberta. No, it's not Alberta either. So can't give any hints. 10 points. They already guessed BC, and you weren't clapping anyway. No, BC and Alberta and Ontario, the three that are down.
How come they got two guesses?
Yeah. Okay, what are you saying? Oh, no more. Manitoba. No, it's not Manitoba.
Whoa.
So here it is for 5 points. You guys got to get these 5 points, and they can't get it, or they've got the game, right?
Oh, wow.
No, no, we're multiple choice. This is what I'm saying. It's down to the wire, guys. You need these 5 points, and they got to mess up. So here it is. What province have the lawyers tried to stop these? Is it Quebec, Nova Scotia, PEI, or Saskatchewan? In which one of these provinces have the lawyers tried to stop the mandatory minimum sentences? So spit it out quick. To keep in the game, guys. Where do you think?
See how it goes.
Quebec, 5 points. There it is. Squeaking into the last question. Up in smoke. Doesn't tie the game. No. They're still 20 points behind. They were 25, so they needed that 5 points just to stay in. But here they are. We're on the last question of the game, and they need the 20 points to go into overtime, or the Harry Anslingers are going to the finals. So here it is. And I decided to be really tight this time. Normally when I do the last question, it's called our Price is Right question, and I'll throw something at these guys, and they got to guess within a certain price range. Well, maybe I'll go within $2 tonight. Within $2, how much is a business card size ad in the Cannabis Digest? We have some of the lowest rates around. Some of you guys might know out there. But I want to know if these guys know to stay and get into this playoffs, or I mean into the overtime. What do you think, James? No, it's not 50, buddy. So sorry. But we're going to play out the question here. But congratulations, Harry Anslingers. You guys just made it through. Let's see if you know the answer, though. 35. No, it's not 35. You guys are closer. Yeah, you won because you didn't, they didn't get it. So congratulations.
Sorry, guys.
You guys are through.
Oh, no.
But I'm gonna make you guys play it through. You guys got another guess here for 10? I'm gonna make you play it through. Another guess for 10? Come on, let's hurry this up. Within $2, how much is a business card size ad in the newspaper? It's not. I said it was closer to 35. 27's your guess? No, that's not it. I said within $2. How much is the business card size ad? Just. What do you guys think? Spit something out. $20. No, you guys are making me work for it.
We don't do ball games.
Okay, is it 10, 15, 30, or 40? 10, 15, 30, or $40? What do you guys think? 15? No, I'm fooling everybody on this one. It's $30. It's really cheap. $30 for a business card size ad. So nobody got that one, but these guys had the lead. So congratulations again, the Harry Anslingers into the final. And but good game up in smoke. That was a lot of fun. And you guys were in it right to the end. But the Harry Anslingers have picked it up. Now, you guys all stick around to the front because I got prizes to give out to everybody. So thanks for playing, guys. So don't take off right away. But before we wrap it up, we have a moment of silence for the victims of the war on drugs, where we have 42 seconds where we pay our respect to those people that are sitting in jail. And last week, Mark Emery spent, I think it was 5 days in solitary confinement because the prison said that the picture that was taken of him and his band could have been taken from a cell phone, and cell phones weren't allowed in the prison. Well, the picture that was taken of his band was taken by prison guards on a prison camera that had been authorized by other prison authorities beforehand. But some crazy zealot in the prison decided, hey, this picture might have been from an illegal phone, and without looking into it or having any evidence other than the fact they had the suspicion, they threw him in solitary confinement for 5 fucking days.
Yeah, they did that.
Excuse my French, but it's just horrible to see people getting treated in such a way for no fault of their own. You know, he's done no harm to anybody, and being treated like an animal is just not fair at all. So I'm sort of happy to say he's not in solitary confinement anymore. I'm not happy he's in there, but at least he's not in solitary for doing absolutely nothing other than abiding by the rules of the prison. And so hopefully he's back playing with his band right now. But I know it was a very heart-wrenching experience for his wife Jody, and certainly not a fun one for him. And as we've often done while Mark's been in jail, we've put our thoughts towards him, and we'll do that once again when we have this 42 seconds of silence here. So please, I'll give you a countdown to 3, and then 42 seconds of silence for the victims of the war on drugs, starting please in 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much for that, folks. Thanks again to all of our contestants for playing the game tonight. That was a heck of a lot of fun. And we'll see you guys at the finals. So hope you guys all have a great night. We'll see you back next week for the other semi-final. And hopefully again after that. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for coming out. And smoke them if you got them.
How you doing, Rod?
Don't get over it. I'm not going to